Did you hear him say that?
Yeah, I did.
Now recording.
He's like B-23 bomber. Hello, folks. Welcome to the pilot episode of Not Rich, Just Bored. My name is Cody. I'm joined, of course, by Ryan.
Hey yo!
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I just need to open this with a question. First of all,
Okay.
when are you coming over to suck my wiener?
For fuck's sake. That'll never happen.
You're like, no, but seriously, dude, edit that out. Fucking edit it out now. Fuck. We'll remove that all in post, right?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
No, we're gonna keep it on there. However, if your fucking dog starts howling, then we might have to take it out.
Yeah, no kidding. Hopefully it's not too bad. Usually, the our program that we're using has a pretty good filter, so.
Oh yeah, actually, that's the one thing I can say about Discord. They have like super good noise suppression. Because I
Yeah.
remember we were all streaming Phasmophobia the other day.
Yeah.
And I was like, why the hell can I hear myself? Because I could hear an echo of myself in Kyle's mic. But I'm like, why the fuck can I hear that on Discord? But it's because Discord have the noise suppression.
Yeah.
Kyle doesn't have the noise suppression.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have it on. I swear, dude, I have turned it on for him once, and then I guess it was either when his computer got wiped and it for some reason turned off. Like I thought the sound suppressor is something that like just stays on. You know what I mean? Like it's on default. But for him, for some reason, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
And I wish it was.
Yeah, noise suppression powered by Crisp.
Yeah.
Not powered by Kyle.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And the good thing is he's a very quiet gamer, right?
Yeah.
He's never loud.
It's never loud.
Literally, the first thing.
He's not obnoxiously loud.
I came home. I came home today, and I was waiting for you to start the podcast, and I was just sitting down, chilling, playing Watch Dogs, and I literally I was adjusting my glasses, so I was taking my headset off just for a second, and all I hear is like fucking cunt come from the other room.
Man.
What's going on? And all of a sudden, I'll tell you one thing: he should not have a glass table. He could probably hear me right now, just so you know. But he should not have a glass table because that motherfucker, he pounds the table.
Oh God!
And I come in the room, I'm like, dude, you know it's glass, right? Like I know it's tempered glass, and tempered glass is fairly strong, but
yeah, no,
it's not
so
against the metal.
Drywall can be somewhat tough too, but everything has limitations.
Yeah, it broke our buddy. It broke our buddy, different Kyle, but it broke his hand. Shout out to TML Strendy, right? Follow him on Twitch, everybody.
The disclaimer too, that was a long time ago. That was a little bit different Stremmy than what he is now.
Oh yeah, but it's a great memory though.
Yeah.
Great, it's just classic.
Yeah, his hand. What are those base stud finders? His hand became a stud finder.
Yeah. Well, we have another friend that's like, we won't name him right now, but he may or may not have stabbed himself in the leg. Again, another hilarious story.
Our friends have. Oh man, so much history of hurting themselves.
Yeah, and some of them not on accident.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy. So there's one thing Well, there's a bunch of things, but there's one thing we definitely had to talk about,
Hmm.
and you know what that is? We went and saw a certain movie last week.
Yes. Yes.
What was that movie called?
Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City.
Okay. And it was shit, right?
Well, apparently, that's what everyone else says.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't. I honestly like it's kind of a blue moon if you see a review on a positive outlook on this movie. Like everyone that like everyone big like a big reviewers or like YouTubers,
Yeah.
um anyone big in social media likes to bash it.
I,
And yeah, oh sorry. What were
oh
you
no,
saying?
I was just saying I'm actually I'm on Google right now. I'm looking it up and it looks like from the big reviewers, Rotten Tomatoes gave it 27%.
Okay.
I IGN gave it 6 out of 10. IMDb
IGN gave it
IMDb
6 out of 10.
yeah,
That,
IGN.
you know what though? For I actually that I didn't actually look at IGN's review.
Yeah.
Um I'm actually pretty
That's that's
shocked about that.
impressive.
That's actually impressive for IGN.
Yeah.
I'm very shocked
Yeah.
about that.
And then yeah, IMDb was 5.6 out of 10. But
Okay.
you know what? Okay, so like years ago, and by years I mean like whatever, 10 years ago, whenever, I don't know. Whenever IMDb came out, I remember people like this is the best way to look at movies. And it is. It's the best
Mhm.
way to like it's the best way to, look up who is that actor in that movie, you
Yeah.
know? Oh,
Yeah.
that was Frank Grillo. Got it.
Yeah.
But it's the easiest way to look up stuff like that. But but I've learned over the years, never trust their rating system because
Mhm.
they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah. So here's an interesting thing. Um Rotten Tomatoes, we'll say so-called professional reviewers. Like I'm not a professional by any means. Don't disclaimer that I'm not professional by any means. But like Rotten
Right.
Tomato gave it 27, but the audience score gives it 70.
Yeah, right?
A 70. That's pretty good. That's a big difference between, you know what I mean, of
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you look at the Google users. It says 78% of people like this film
right?
on Google. It's crazy, man. It really is crazy. And I feel like this movie did get I feel like it did get review bombed by people, and I think they just like to hate it.
That's what I feel like, man. Like it's just like I watch a few different YouTube channels that are huge. They're okay. They are huge Resident Evil fans. Like that's all they cover on their YouTube channel is just Resident Evil. But like, there's some guy like I don't know if there's a point where it's just like I don't know. Like I'm a hardcore Resident Evil fan, and I love
Oh, I know
this.
you are.
Yeah, right. And I loved this movie. I loved it. But then there's a lot of diehard Resident Evil fans, but it's like I'm trying to figure out what they wanted from this movie. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like it's just like there's this one guy, he just kept on back like he was talking like this movie was the worst movie that was ever made. And I'm like, hey, that is farther from the truth. Like, and I get people have their own opinions, but like there's a point where your opinion it's like um you're
you're just
you're t-
you're
I
just
don't
being
know.
an asshole at that point.
You're being an asshole at that point, and at the same time too, especially when you have a big audience like that, you're I don't know if that's like in emotions overtaking logical reviewing of this movie.
Yeah,
But
I
like there's 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 thousands of people that are watching you going, yeah, this movie fucking sucks. This movie fucking sucks. This movie sucks. And then it's like, does it really? Or are you just like you just can't fathom a movie that literally has uh you're following the character just like the movie or just like the game. Like
right.
you can't have that. You can't. I'm sorry, but sorry to make someone cry, but you like you can't. It just it would be
sort of
as
burst your bubble.
like a lot of people's like the thing is that people are frustrated with the runtime. I get that. 107 minutes is the runtime for this movie, and
107. Yeah, okay.
107 minutes to try to put in two story arcs into one in
Yeah.
107 is yeah, that I think that's pretty impressive what he was able to do uh in that time.
Oh
Like
yeah.
the one thing I'm really excited for, honestly, I was really happy with this movie, but I'm also really excited when there's hopefully a director's cut.
Yeah. Well, you know what I want a lot for Resident Evil? And I'm not talking about fucking the Anderson movies, which I
Mhm.
think were just they were entertaining, but they're just it's too much.
Yeah,
And I've talked about 100 times about how obviously not in here. This is a pilot, but
yeah,
but I've talked about how I don't like the Alice character. I love
yeah,
Mila Jovovich. I love her, and
yeah,
she's a great actress. But I hate when you introduce those god characters.
yeah.
And there's the later one where I think she lost her powers, right? Did
I
she
don't
lose?
know.
She lost like her god power, like she lost her crazy abilities, but she was still like backflipping off the axe guy from Resident Evil
Yeah,
5, and it was just crazy. And I'm like, ah, it's just too much. Whereas
yeah.
I like a more human cast.
No, Anderson for him, his biggest thing was the one. His first movie was pretty good, even though like
Yeah, I
it,
love the first one.
the first one was awesome. And when you look at things, he kind of followed the idea of the first one. You have the character that betrays the team. You have the character. You have a underground lab that's been contaminated with the virus.
The Nest,
But
right?
the nest, yeah. And we're in this one, or sorry, in how was I going to put this? So in, of course, remake one or Resident Evil, the first one, it stars that goes and investigates a mansion. Where he did this twist, instead of stars investigating it, it's an umbrella investigating what the heck was going on. So you have like
Right.
an alpha team of umbrella soldiers investigating, and you kind of like I would have to look at that movie again, but you have like I forget her name. I want to say Michelle Rodriguez or something. The chick from the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah. Okay.
You're
Thank you.
talking about you're talking about the original one, right?
Yeah. 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 The
Yeah.
and she, in my view of things, if you try to look at that team, which at the end, literally like not even halfway through the movie, that team almost gets eradicated. But the
Yeah.
if you look at her character Rain, she almost is like the portrayal to us, very loosely, let me put, of Jill. She's like the Jill of that team. And then uh, I don't know. I would have to watch the movie again, because yeah, like I don't know who would be like Chris and who would be such and such, because it's like literally like 90% of the team gets written off in the hallway.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. They all got laser, don't they?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
a dude. You gotta admit though, even though I don't think that was in the Resident Evil. Well, no, it was in 4. I think actually Resident Evil
4 they
4.
added it, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
4 was after that first movie.
Right, but see, and that's what I mean though. That's how iconic that scene was.
Yeah,
Like people could say what they want about that, and I know the Cube did it before them. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was the Cube that did a scene like that. No, with lasers. It was
yeah.
with what? It was with like
Wire.
what? Like yeah, sharp wires.
Okay.
But like they did a similar scene, but like it was so iconic.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that scene is when I can't remember who it was. I think it was I don't know who it was on the team, honestly. I can't remember. But he like thinks he's gonna dodge it, he jumps, and then
Oh, it's his
the laser
legs?
yeah, the laser goes up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It was like the original troll. Like
Yeah.
seriously. He's just like, I got this, jumps over it. The laser goes up.
Oh
Like
god, yeah.
you gotta have a little bit of a you gotta have a little bit of sense of humor when it comes to that movie.
Hmm.
It's
I'm trying
super
to
fun.
I'm trying to think of like throughout that series if like he threw in other like so Extinction, there's a spot where they have Carlos driving a tanker, a semi with a gas tanker in the back, right? And
Yeah,
he flips it in the end, and then he's getting surrounded, and he lights a cigarette, and then he blows up or whatever, right? I'm
yeah,
wondering if that's a callback to Resident Evil 2.
that could be.
I was just thinking of that not too long ago, especially when we were watching the new movie. I was like, "Fuck! I wonder if Extinction at that spot was related to that." So,
Right.
and then of course Ian, I forget his name, but he plays the doctor right up to the well, he's throughout the whole movies, I guess, in the end, but
Oh,
he
the
turns
guy
into
turns
like
into the tyrant,
yeah,
right?
yeah, he turns into the tyrant in the third movie. He's practically a Birkin to a certain degree.
Yeah, that's essentially the role he's playing.
Yeah, because originally, so a little interesting thing with that is Birkin is technically in the first Resident Evil movie, like the Anderson one. Um,
Yeah.
and I think he's possibly in two. No, he's not in two. They didn't get the actor back for him, and that's when they decided to make this new character, this
Right.
new doctor, to replace the Birkin character.
You're all going to die here.
Yeah, the Queen.
I know what your favorite part of that movie was though.
What's that?
I gotta get my mic real close here. Ready? Get this guy on the Nemesis program.
Oh my god.
His arms like mutate.
Oh yeah,
Get this
yeah.
guy on the Nemesis
Oh,
program. It's like
that
could you bait the sequel a little bit harder?
yeah, yeah. Oh my god, I know. But
It's like
like,
it's like get this guy on the Mr. X program.
yeah,
Like,
dude, that like I was pretty young when that movie came out too. Like, and don't
oh,
get me
that movie
wrong,
scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid.
yeah, and I saw that in the theater with my dad, and I
Oh,
just remember I just
you're
like
probably
I was.
looking at the walls more than you were in this
Oh,
movie.
dude, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the reason why I look at down on the. So, for people, disclaimer: if people don't know, well, no, I don't know, if it's disclaimer, but if people that don't know me,
Disclaimer: I'm a
I
pussy.
I'm a yeah, I typically do not like horror movies. I don't like jump scares and stuff like that. So the fact that I even watch that I think shows partially on how much of a diehard Resident Evil fan I am when I'm willing to go be disturbed like uncomfortably nervous of getting scared and shit just to go see my favorite franchise. And
Yeah,
and there's and nowadays like it's one thing for me like again like Cody jokes like I'm kind of a pussy when it comes to horror movies, like I just can't stand that stuff. Oh,
right.
but it's I don't know, you and a lot of our friends like watching
I love horror movies.
yeah, you
It's
love
it's
horror movies. N-
comedy and horror. Those are my two favorites.
So yeah, and I agree with you on the comedy part. I love comedies are my number one thing.
Yeah, yeah,
But like, so here's an interesting thing. When I see a new horror movie come out, I don't know
yeah,
if people are just kind of just acting tough or if that's just the case. But I hear
yeah.
like horror movies are just not the same anymore.
No, honestly, I feel like what happened is a lot of people are desensitized.
Yeah,
You know, like they're just they've seen it all. They've done it all.
yeah, yeah.
I've had this conversation actually with my ex at one point.
Hmm.
'Cause she loved horror movies too, right? And
Yeah,
we both agreed that the only horror, I mean, besides like Resident Evil stuff like that, but those
yeah.
don't come along very often. But the only actual pure no action, pure horror, the only
Mhm.
ones that actually do anything for us right now is the Insidious, like the
Yeah,
Insidious series. So Insidious, Conjuring, The Nun, Annabelle, like all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
And like that whole series, that's the only one that's like, you're gonna have some fun at least.
yeah,
They're fun movies and
yeah,
they're pretty scary. But
yeah.
like every other horror movie, it's so goddamn predictable. But I don't know. But the thing I will say about this Resident Evil movie was that it was pretty fucking spooky.
Yeah, I know there's like our buddy Dylan. He's pretty. He enjoys his horror movies, but yeah, he was talking about this one specific part. Like I don't know if we want to talk spoilers or not, but
Well, that
in the
I w
in was that
I was actually gonna pipe up here and say we're probably gonna get into the plot here, so I'll put
yeah
a spoiler alert right here.
yeah S-
So, for probably the
spoiler
next 10 to
spoiler
15 for the next 10 to 15 minutes,
yeah
either skip ahead or get this guy in the Nemesis program.
yeah. So
Yeah, so
okay,
we'll get into the plot here and see like what were you saying about Dallin? You said
so
he
the one part he was talking about, and I agree with him because it just like disturbed me. Like as like already this movie, the horror movies already begin with terrifying me, but the one part he talked about that was also unsettling. I think everyone agreed on was the part after the semi. It's like an iconic part from remake 2 where the semi driver hits this girl that's on a road. And Dylan talked about how they have this one see like the chick goes about into the forest and how the
right.
camera is set up. It just you could barely visibly see her as she looks back at Claire and the truck driver, and it's
Yeah,
just this really unsettling image of her just like it just
I know just looking, just lurking, and and that's it's funny because yeah, my horror movie instincts at first was, oh, this is pretty obvious. They're gonna get out, be like, oh, what happened, and then and then she disappears, right? And it's like, oh, okay, and then she's gonna fucking come out of nowhere and kill the driver and be like, huh, right?
yeah,
But no, they didn't do that. They went for the actual scary thing, which was,
just
yeah,
keep her in there,
she
keep her
was
in the
it.
shot.
She moved off to the forest and
Yeah,
then she was kind of just like lurking and you could barely make her out and it's like that's fucking creepy.
yeah.
At
the
which point the dog starts licking her infected blood on the
yeah,
ground
yeah.
and then
And like, and everyone knew, like everyone in the theater
everybody
was like
knew
chuckling, like, "Oh fuck, here we go."
that
The
that's such a staple of Resident Evil. The hell, like I don't know what they're called in the game. I always called them hellhounds. We
Sir,
we
fuck. Now I'm going blank on the name.
Cerberus, eh?
Cerberus, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Which makes well, that's what a hellhound is. Like Cerberus was the three-headed dog in Hades in Greek mythology. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Cerberus, yeah.
basically evil dog, you know.
And it's one, and the funny thing too is that for Resident Evil, it's always that one breed of dog.
Yeah, it's Doberman Pinscher, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Doberman dog. Yeah, like I
Yeah,
don't know, I don't know what it is, Capcom and Resident Evil and Dobermans, but they're like,
fucking
yeah,
hate them.
yeah. Actually, I'll just kind of. This is a little kick to the side, but it's still Resident Evil related. Netflix is coming out with their Resident Evil series,
Yes, I'm
and
excited for that.
their sorry their little teaser that they had. They call it
Right?
what is that? Oh man, I'm going blank. What's that plant? The plant that eats flies. Fly.
Oh, yeah, Venus flytrap.
Yeah. So they call it. They call this GIF or this little teaser thing they have for this new series coming out through Netflix. They call it the Venus flytrap. And what it is it shows a Cerberus dog walk. Well, it shows a dog walking up to the screen, a Doberman, and gets closer and closer and closer, and then it kind of like it kind of fades to black for a split second, and then it comes back closer with the dog. Sorry, and the dog slowly turns its head, and half of his head is all mutilated, like it's a Cerberus dog.
Oh, that's their teaser for it,
Yeah,
and that's out now. That
the
teaser.
teaser, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, I'll have to look that up.
yeah.
Huh. So
Um, I haven't looked a whole lot into that series.
yeah, I
Uh,
haven't either. I just heard it. I don't think there's much out. It's just announced, right?
Well, there's been talk that it's something about the premise or the plot or something like that is related to Wesker's children or something weird.
Oh,
It's like really weird. Yeah,
like from
like
Resident Evil 6? Like
I,
Jake?
I don't. I have no idea. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea. All I know is this is a live. This is just like this movie. It's a live version. It's not a CG movie,
Right.
which they actually have a CG show out
Yeah,
on
they
Netflix.
have like yeah, the CG show, and then there's like 5 movies I think that are CG.
Yeah, yeah,
There's the
which
one I
they
was
have,
talking about where
and they also have a TV show on Netflix that's also CGI.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
haven't watched it yet.
yeah, um, yeah.
But
It's just based on Claire and Chris, or sorry, Claire and Leon, and I think it's before, like, without giving anything away, really. The plot or idea where it would be in the storyline of Resident Evil,
yeah.
it's I think before Resident Evil 4.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It's either before Resident Evil 4 or just after Resident Evil 4. I would have to double check again
Okay, that
on
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, because yeah, like I said, we should dive into some of the highlights of it. But I was gonna say first of all, the chick that played that played Claire Redfield, her
Mhm.
name's Kaya Scodelario or whatever. I
Yep.
really can't say that name properly.
That's
I
fine.
loved her as Claire. I thought she was really good. But
Yeah.
the whole time I was watching the movie, I was like, God, she looks very familiar. Besides the fact that she looks like Jillian Jacobs to me from Community in a weird way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I was like, God, I know her from somewhere. And do you know where it is?
What's
I
that?
I know her from a horror movie I watched back in 2019 that I really liked. It's called Crawl, and
Okay.
it's a movie about this like flood that happens, and there's these giant crocs that are killing people, and she's the main chick in that movie.
Oh, interesting.
I was like, oh shit, that's how I know her. But either way, I thought she was great because I think that's the one thing that people criticize the most on this is that they didn't like the cast, and I'm like, okay, like
Yeah.
you can't again, you can't just copy and paste. I admit some of them were a little bonkers, but
Yeah,
they were
Leon's was
yeah. So here, I'll tell you what I thought, and then you can tell me what you thought.
for sure.
For me, my good ones again. Kaya as Claire, loved her.
Yeah.
Tom Hopper as Albert Wesker,
Yeah.
fucking awesome. I thought he was awesome. And again, he doesn't particularly look like Wesker, but he did really good.
Yeah.
Um,
I think yeah, let's keep going.
oh, so yeah, I was gonna say Donald Logg as Chief Irons.
Oh,
He was hilarious.
I think a lot I don't know, like I know there's some that kind of filtering
Yeah,
through it. Some of the reviews is some people actually really enjoyed that version
and
of Irons.
I'm not even overly familiar with the character of Chief Irons. I just liked the actor's portrayal in the movie. Like
Yeah,
hey, let's yeah,
yeah,
that jerk is getting taken out, and
yeah, yeah.
he was a funny character, and actually he did it well. And I also liked Robbie ML as Chris Redfield. I thought he was good.
Oh, dude, yeah, he was. I think, like, it's again, like, it's funny just how I'll get to that when I get to when I start talking about it. But yeah, Robbie was awesome.
He really was. And then the one guy that fucking killed it was Neil McDonough as William Birkin.
Oh yeah,
Fuck.
he does good as a villain just in general,
He does.
and
He's
usually that's all he does is villains from my what I always see.
yeah, I love that guy. And then again, the two that I could take it or leave it, but I did like their performance. But the casting was just kind of really weird. But I did like it. Was yeah, like that Avon or Avon
Yeah,
Yoya. I don't know how
yeah,
you pronounce Jogia as
yeah.
Leon, and then Hannah John Kamen as Jill. Again,
Hmm.
I like their performance was good, but like just I don't, it was a little
Yeah,
odd casting choice as far as looks goes.
yeah.
But yeah, like what did you think, or do you have anything?
Um, yeah. So, uh, Yeah, Robbie was the closest, I think, between Claire was close to Kayla. Kayla and Robbie really fit their roles really good. Like for look wise.
Yeah.
Um, the Hopper, I think honestly, all he really would need to do is, I think, just really grow out his hair. If he just grew out his hair,
Yeah.
and then just let the makeup artists do their thing, I'm pretty sure they could give him a slick back thing because yeah, I don't know, he fits the role
He
good. And
does.
like
I love
again,
him.
like the thing is, they changed up the characters to fit the story, um, and to kind of build a um, character development, I guess, or give them a more human. Uh, I don't know how to put that.
Yeah, like
Just give a better of a backstory. You know what I mean? Like, like everyone's like, "Oh, fucking Wesker is cold-blooded guy," blah blah blah. But
yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah, okay, from the games, but like, what about like at the end of the day, like I understand. There's a part of me that kind of understands where the director and writer, which are the same, kind of came from. Like, hey, we know Wesker in the games is this cold-blooded guy, and he works for Umbrella, blah blah blah.
But he
Um,
didn't originally, did he? In the first one, I can't remember. Did he in the games? Did he work for Umbrella? But
yeah.
he did, but didn't he get betrayed at the end? Like, weren't they
S
just using him to kill him? But then he returns.
No. So the idea is he works for Umbrella. He was working with William on the T virus projects, and then he's also in control of the stars. Stars. Same with Chief Irons. Chief Irons is also uh getting slipped paychecks by Umbrella. Specifically, like if you look at Resident Evil 2, they really pushed it on Resident Evil 2 remake. How
Right.
William Birkin was actually paying Chief Irons to help with security issues and stuff with the Hive.
Yeah.
Um,
So nobody talks about it. Yeah.
yeah, but like but the thing is that all we know are from the games is his roles in that. But like like I understand where, I guess, the like I was saying earlier, like where the director writer's going from. It's like, okay, so we know Wesker, but what is he like when he's just with the team at the office? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can't just be like the same. I don't know. Like there's got to be a point where he can't be just this I don't know, one
Yeah.
dimensional person. There's got to be
He
more to it, right? And that's the thing is a lot of people are getting upset with how they're portraying some of the characters from the game. But the reality is, if you're a Resident Evil fan, you know these are like one, maybe two-dimensional characters. There's not much to these characters, and
no.
it like fucking Leon's like a rookie. He is not as uh rough as Leon in the movie, but like he's a rookie cop, and then all of a sudden he's in. The next thing the next thing you see him in is 4, and he's doing backflips through lasers and
Yeah.
stuff. That's not the Leon I know of. Well, fuck, man. Like, what do you expect? What do you want? Like I understand they kind of really dumbed him down, but like, and a lot of people are saying there's no character development to Leon in this movie, but I disagree with that because you have this idiot, we'll call him, I guess, at the starting.
Literally was an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, idiot. And then, like, I saw my personally, again, like, I was trying to go into this very open minded and try to look at all the stuff, right? And the part where I felt like the curve was starting to happen, like he was starting to development of him getting better or taking the scenario a lot better than at the beginning of the movie,
Yeah.
is the jail scene where he's talking to Ben. Which
Yeah.
that's actually a similar scene to remake 2. Not like one to one,
Yeah.
but he
Minus
does.
Mr. X.
Yeah, not mine. Yeah, exactly. But he does have conversation with Ben, And like even Ben's like, and there's partial lines from that where Ben's like, "You gotta get me out of here, man." And but like yeah, Leon after he fucking kills this one zombie, and it kind of shows like he's just kind of toughened up, and he's kind of getting there. And then
Yeah.
if the movie gets there, you know what I mean? Like it kind of is even more kind of has a little bit of a trait of Leon there. And again, it's one of those things where uh it's a series. It like Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. It needs to be a series because
Yeah.
it feels like it was written that way. Like, like again, like it's just a guy. Supposedly, that like what I see is they're like he's like I want to make a Resident Evil movie, and somebody's like, okay, we're only going to give you a $25 million budget, and we're only giving you 107 minutes of fucking playtime. Ironically, kind of funny just thinking of it because it's like Resident Evil 5. Wesker talks about I'll give you 7 minutes of time or whatever, right? And 7 minutes, 7 minutes is all I have to spare with you.
It's Pierce Brosnan.
Eh,
Give us the same 7 minutes you gave me.
yeah,
What does that
yeah,
mean?
yeah. I'm gonna give you the same 2 hours and 14 minutes that you gave me. What does that mean? We got an hour and 7 minutes. Let's cram it all in. But but yeah, for again, this guy was limited to what he could add to this movie. And again,
Yeah.
like I'm wondering what if a director's cut comes out for this movie.
Oh,
I
dude,
wonder
that would
how
be sick.
much I wonder how much they're going to add to that movie. Like I wonder if they're going to
It's the
add
Snyder cut. It's like 8 hours long. Like, whoa.
yeah, it just yeah, everything fully makes sense for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone loves it. But
There's a bunch of Mr. X seeds and everything. They throw
yeah,
Nemesis in there too. They got everything.
yeah. So I guess again, Leon. I think the weakest characters, I guess, I would say, is Leon and Jill.
Yeah,
Um,
well, yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Like, it's just the casting was a little weird, but again, I still like their characters though. Like, they
mhm.
did the acting was fine. It was great.
Yeah, it was good. And we
It,
had it was one of my favorite parts, which they have trimmed on YouTube, but Sony has released the mansion part where Chris is like fighting in the mansion, and like
yeah,
that part that the mansion was fucking wild. The mansion was wild. I loved
all
the mansion. It terrified me, but at the same time too, it's just like, and my favorite part. And they have it in the cut. They have it in the spot or the little spot that they show on YouTube, where it's like
what?
Chris has his lighter out. Yeah, he has his lighter out, and then
Yeah,
it just like it slowly pans back to the zombie or the one of the Bravo team members they're trying to find, and
yeah,
he and we were joking about this afterwards on how the guy looks like what's his name, Ed Bassmaster.
yeah. Ed Bassmaster doing
Yeah,
the
doing the
ugly
fucking
face.
yeah, doing the ugly face. Yeah, he's just sitting there, and then, I was just good. Like I laughed so much in that part in the movie theater, but like at the same time
It
too,
was
it's just like
genuinely scary.
it was like because that there's the thing that I liked about it is there was scenes in this movie that like you feel like there's jump scares, don't get me wrong, but there's
Yeah,
also parts like example like the girl in the forest or Donnie or whatever his name is, the Bravo team guy, that the zombie, the Ed Bassmaster face, like those are
dude.
like when I like because I was watching trailers like religiously, so I was kind of
Yeah,
like keying
yeah,
this movie together through the trailers, and I was like, okay, this Donnie part, it's just going to be it's just going to be cuts of him and the lighter going out, and then he's just getting closer. But they actually showed the transition of him actually just standing there, and it's just like,
yeah.
oh, it's nice that it wasn't just completely all just a bunch of jump scares.
And I normally don't like action that's too obscured, and a lot of people complained about that in the reviews. I found was the biggest thing was that you couldn't see the action in that mansion scene where he's shooting all the zombies. But I thought that made that part a lot scarier
Yeah, yeah, the
because
amount of zombies
well, just the
too.
fact that he literally couldn't see like the all you could see was the muzzle flash from his gun.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, yeah, yeah.
Was it yeah, where he's getting like crowded and
Oh
then
yeah, the yeah, all yeah, using the muzzle flash to fucking help him.
Yeah, like
Yeah. God, Jesus, yeah.
and
Uh,
can we get an R in the chat for fucking Chad Rook, who played Richard, who got molested in the fucking movie?
I know, yeah. You just
He's like just chilling with that shotgun, and he's going down the stairs, and there's like 25 zombies. I'm like,
just jump them.
I'm
Yeah, I
like, oh
don't know if that was like a weird way to be like representation of all these zombies going on him, consuming him, like it would of the great white shark or the giant snake that kills him in the games.
yeah, yeah,
They hint it in the beginning of the movie when well, not
yeah.
beginning of the movie, but when the stars area, when they're talking, Jill talks about it and stuff,
I
and they
know that.
reference. And also, I don't know if you spotted this, but caught it afterwards. The guy who played as Brad Vickers in the helicopter, you
Right.
know how he's on his phone?
Yeah, he's playing Snake on
He's
it.
playing snakes.
Yeah.
So that's just another
That's
reference
what you
to
that's kind of a reference to that, eh? I was
yeah,
wondering why he was playing he was playing Snake on a fucking old Nokia phone. I'm
yeah. So
like,
yeah,
what year is this supposed to be?
98. The so yeah, they're referencing the snake again there. But it's a shame that they couldn't add it, but again, I there's a
Yeah,
point where you have budget limits and also time, like,
yeah.
and then
That's
it,
true.
yeah. So
Well, don't worry, they added the zombie raven, so that was enough.
yeah.
But I was saying
That
because
the
when
first
you're
Raven scared the shit out of me, by the way.
oh yeah.
The fucking cafe part or yeah, when they're in the cat. Yeah. Holy
Yeah.
fucking started
And
like it just that was very unexpected. Like it just I thought it was gonna cut and I was like, oh, it's like, oh, like holy
What
shit.
that's why when you were talking earlier about your character and stuff, that's why I was laughing in the background because you were talking about Leon, and I could not stop laughing at the one scene. Remember where Leon's listening to his music
Yo, yeah, yeah,
at
yeah.
he's at the front of the police station. He's got his boots up. He's just
Yeah.
got headphones in, so all we hear is the music from his headphones. Meanwhile, the truck driver is on fire and he's walking into the police
Yeah.
station.
That was pretty fucking corny. Like, and again, like people were
Yeah,
talking, and I'll agree with that part where like people are like the fact that maybe if he didn't hear it for some weird reason,
he would
why
have
didn't he
felt it or
feel? He would have
something.
felt the flames of a giant explosion, or felt either felt the waves, the
The
heat waves,
rumble.
the flames, or the rumble, or the shock wave of the explosion.
Well, exactly, dude. And that's what I mean. There's a fucking train that's quarter mile away from my house, train tracks. And
Yeah,
I feel the rumble from that train.
yeah, yeah,
Do you think if a semi truck exploded, a tanker exploded outside of my house, I wouldn't feel a little tremor, little aftershock?
yeah, yeah.
Like that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But
So
it made but it was a funny scene. You gotta admit, it was a
yeah, it
funny
was.
scene.
It was. Yeah.
It was
And
because then Irons comes in and just blasts him,
yeah.
a- and then to add insult to injury, he's like, shouldn't we help him? Son, I'm not an EMT, but I think he's beyond saving. He's just
Yeah.
burned to a crisp.
Yeah. So okay. So besides that, I think everyone in that the theater we were at,
Yeah.
I think everyone enjoyed that movie. I know our group of
Oh
friends,
yeah.
we all enjoyed that movie. And again, like going back to these reviews, like it's just like this sounds very conspiracy like, but it almost makes me wonder if you like just the audacity of how people are bashing this movie so much. It almost makes me wonder if these people are getting paid to say it's a bad movie when it
By
really
who? Paula W.S. Anderson.
I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. Like I don't know if it's like they're trying to like
I'll
hype out
Google it.
the fact yeah, right? Are they trying to hype
Hey,
up this like hype up negative reviews about this movie to get people interested to see the movie and be like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's a horrible movie. You shouldn't see it. Like a
yeah.
reverse like mindset. Like, don't see the movie, and then the person goes, well, I gotta go see the movie now. I gotta see how bad this movie is. You know what I mean? But at the same
Yeah,
time, too, like again, it's just like people. There's like these people that do these reviews, these especially these Resident Evil YouTube channels and all these other ones. Um, they have a
yeah,
huge following, and people look like the thing too is you got to understand as a like we're not big by any means, but like at all. But that's
no.
but the fact that
Pilot episode, bro.
pilot,
Pilot
yeah, it's a
episode.
pilot. The thing is though is that when you have an audience, you have a group of people that are like really faithful to your work and for what you say and stuff. You got to keep that in mind when you say this stuff. Like you got to like again, like there's a point where you got to be like some try to be somewhat professional about it. Because again,
Yeah,
some of the reviews that are like this one, like I said earlier, this one guy was bashing it like it was the worst movie he ever seen in his life, and it's like now you're talking shit. Now you're
yeah,
not you should not be in that review. You are not giving critical thoughts of this movie. I don't know if that might be
yeah.
not the right word for it, but it's just like you are you have an agenda just to say this movie's crap when it really isn't crap. It honestly
Yeah.
is. And I don't know. Again, maybe I I don't
And
know.
those same guys will suck like Disney's dick or Marvel and be like, a new Iron Man or whatever, a new MCU movie comes out and it's just no, it's the best movie ever. It's the
Yeah,
best movie. And
don't get
I'll
me wrong.
admit,
Those
they're
movies,
good
yeah,
movies. They're good
good.
movies, but
But they,
they're all the fucking same. They're all like the only really unique and fun movies are like Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Iron Man movies are good, but like they are all kind of the same, right?
but the big thing that makes them all the same is they have like over $100 million budgets.
Yeah. Well, we looked this up last week. The last one had Endgame had 400 million, I think it was when we looked it up
Yeah, yeah, it's ridiculous.
here. And I'll look it up again just so I'm not talking out of my ass here. Gotta fact check this shit. Yeah, Endgame is 356 million. And again, that's why we said 400 or 500 million because we're in Canada, so that's US dollars. So,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
356 million USD to CAD. Let's look it up. Yeah, 455 million Canadian. So, yeah, when you're talking about Canadian dollar, I wasn't fucking far off. So, and that's just the sad fact of it. And the other thing, that I think the biggest thing that people were cherry picking, even from the trailer, was the CGI, and they said the CGI was horrible, it sucked ass, and I honestly thought the liquor looked a little fucky from the trailer,
Yeah,
but once I watched the movie, it was fine.
yeah.
It was
Um, uh,
great.
I think the one that looked a little off was I think there was one shot of the dog walking up.
Yeah,
Looked a little,
when it was gonna kill Chief Irons.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it
and
did
that was a
did
little
look a
off,
little
but
weird.
like compared to what people are saying, like
Yeah, well,
comments and
you
stuff.
guys
It,
you guys were saying that it looked some guy said it looked like Malabolgia from the Spawn movie.
yeah, they're saying
And
it's
it's
as bad as the Spawn movies. And you guys are sorry. You're
fuck
wrong.
off.
You're wrong. You guys haven't seen Spawn in a long time. If that's the case, go rewatch Spawn. I guarantee you. I bet you. I will bet $100, and I don't
Oh,
bet money. I will bet
I'll
$100
I'll
that
bet my
fucking
life savings.
yeah, that Resident Evil has way better CGI than friggin' Spawn, and it wasn't bad. And the G mutant, like it goes through a few of the things of the G mutant, and the CGI was perfectly fine for that.
Yeah,
Um, and the last version, which you see in the trailers, G5, I think I would call them. There was nothing wrong with that mutant either. Like
yeah,
again,
looked
and
great.
there's a part of me too that looks at it and like again, there's that stereotypical like again like we like Marvel people will just accept, you know, fucking the CGI of what it is. But like
Yeah.
I like I don't know, in my mindset when it comes to the G mutant, especially the fifth version of it or the final form we'll call it,
Yeah.
how do you make that look real? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I at the end of the day I feel like what the graphic artists have made that
Obviously it doesn't look like a real G mutant.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the
Yeah.
one that's in my
It looks
backyard,
so
looks real.
fake. Well, you're right. It does look fake because there's no fucking such thing as a G mutant creature. Like, I'd be terrified if there was in real life. But that's the thing. I think it was. It looked great to me. Um,
Yeah, and the Lisa Trevor, I think she was mostly practical, wasn't she?
yeah, I think there's a few parts that were CGI, but
Yeah.
mostly that's all practical effect. Like, it
Yeah.
was really well done.
Fuck, she was scary looking.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
like they did that was a good one.
Hmm.
Like how she wore like the flesh masks and shit.
Yeah.
That was fucked. Like
Yeah.
I'll be honest, that was fucked.
Yeah. The but yeah, man, I when it comes to this Resident Evil movie, I really, really I am honestly praying that the budget hits right, that Sony will greenlight a sequel.
I hope so.
I really want to see a sequel because it needs it. It really needs it to for Jill and Leon.
Yes. And
I didn't mind, and
yeah.
again, I'll back up just a little bit. I didn't mind Jill in this movie. A lot of people hated how she was portrayed in this movie, with
Yeah.
her little story and stuff. But I didn't mind it, honestly.
Again, I
I
thought she was
enjoyed.
fine. I
Yeah,
thought it
yeah,
was fine.
yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, I really enjoyed this movie. I'll. This is to me like this is one of those movies. It's a fun movie that I will sit down and watch multiple times. As a person that's not a big
Yeah.
Resident Evil, sorry, horror fan, I will definitely watch this multiple times.
Oh yeah. It's like Doom 2006. Like
Yeah,
I just it's just like everybody hates it, but I fucking love it. It's
yeah,
yeah. It's a fun movie, and yeah, same with me. I think that's my closing statement is yeah. I hope they keep making these and
mhm,
they keep going on that because that'd be
mhm,
fucking awesome.
yeah,
Holy fuck, that was a 50-minute review.
yeah. I
You
know,
guys
right?
still there?
Yeah, yeah, right. Fuck the shit,
Yeah.
eh?
So that happens. If we have to throw stuff to the next episode, we have to throw stuff. It's the way it goes. Sometimes you gotta throw
Mhm.
shit at the wall and get a few band-aids on your nipples. The fuck you are. So so
You
I
are.
guess I guess moving on, there's another thing that we just saw we saw a trailer for, and that's
Yeah.
a fucking MacGruber TV
Oh
show,
my god, yes. Yeah.
which is awesome because we we love MacGruber. Like
Mhm.
that is like that is one of our classic movies.
Will
And
Forte
like
is like one of my like he oh man, I don't even know how to truly like I love like Will Ferrell, I love a lot of these comedians, but like something to about Will Forte, like
oh,
he
he's
just
funny.
oh my god. I don't know how like globally how people look at Will Forte, but I feel
Yeah.
like if anything, I feel like that guy needs more credit. Like he needs to be in more fucking comedy movies. He is so good. I guarantee you
Yeah.
he makes a tear like I'm one of those guys that'll laugh till I cry. And I'm pretty easy at that, but the anything that has Will Forte in it, just that weird sense of humor, um, it just man, that guy makes me break in like tears laughing so hard. Like he's so fucking funny with the scripts that he gets, man. Like this
Well, and
McGruber.
it's his voices too, and the way he acts and his voice and stuff. Like what 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 was that movie? It was Adam Sandler, wasn't it? That's My Boy. Wasn't he getting a blowjob?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was he getting a blowjob? I'm gonna tell your wife. Don't you dare.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hey, you tell anybody about this, they'll tell your wife. Okay, okay. Oh
Yeah,
man.
he does like that little weasel voice, like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, you got it, buddy.
Yeah, you got it, buddy. Yeah. Yeah.
I will suck your dick.
Yeah.
I
MacGruber.
will fuck you. I'll let you fuck me. Watch me, watch me fuck something. Point at something in the room, and I'll fuck it for you.
What would you want me
Just
to
tell me what
fuck?
you want me to fuck." Jesus, MacGruber.
Yeah. Oh man. I love that movie. That movie is
It's so
just
good, and so basically, there's a trailer that got released. When was it released? Last week or this week?
it was released 8 days ago. So yeah, it's like
8 days ago, and we're recording
yeah.
this on for transparency, this is the 1st of December. It probably
Yeah.
won't be out till
So
the 2nd, but yeah, we're recording this on the 1st, so yeah.
yeah.
A week. What did you
I'll
say?
take a
A week ago?
I think so. I'll take a look here.
Okay, sure.
Uh
But it's done like a mockumentary, and yeah, apparently MacGruber went to jail for what he did.
yeah, Rotten Tomatoes TV uploaded it 9 days ago.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, there you go. And holy, like yeah, and it's like like I was kind of like a little bit curious on how it was gonna go, like yeah, November 22nd. um
Yeah.
and anyone that hasn't seen this yet and is going to look at this um little teaser, I guess, for season 1 for this TV series, don't look like the Rotten Tomato one is not bad. Let me just double check.
Double check my dick.
Okay, yeah. So don't watch the Rotten Tomato one, or you can, but there's an uncensored one. You got to look up the uncensored one
Just look
because
up uncensored MacGruber.
yeah, or something like that. It should be somewhere in the list or somewhere, but I think it's like like there's all those TV or trailer YouTube channels.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's like one called Joe something Joe.
Oh, they're fucking cancer, man. All they got, Jesus Christ. A video autoplayed, it scared the fuck out of me. There's I yeah, uh, what is
I'm
it?
pretty sure if
Movie.
you type in Joe, no,
Joe Exotic, yeah.
is it? Yeah,
Hey,
the
what's the one though? I'm trying to find the one because I fucking hate them because they actually post fake trailers all the fucking time.
oh no, so this one that I watched, it has the uncensored version of it, but it's one of those it's one of them that actually plays legit trailers though.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
know that because you showed it to me. It's obviously
Yeah.
real, but
Yeah.
there's just one. I don't know what it is. It's one cancerous fucking um, it's one cancerous fucking YouTube channel, and they literally it'll be like what the fuck is that? Stranger Things. It'll be like Stranger Things season, was it 4 they're on now? And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
funny because there's actually a season 4 now, but
Yeah. Yeah.
there wasn't before. But last 2 years ago they were releasing trailers, and it's literally they just cut up scenes from the other seasons
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
added like footage of the actors in their normal life. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, that's so cringe.
But yeah, so I recommend trying to find the uncensored version of it, and oh my god, like it's like I don't know, probably 3-4 minutes long or something, maybe 5, but it is so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I would highly
It just makes
recommend
me
anybody to
excited.
watch it.
Yeah, that's definitely a show that I'll be like. It's not off. Like okay, I watch stuff on like Netflix or whatever sometimes,
Yeah.
TV shows, but I'm more of a movie person. But that's a TV show I'll sit down and watch for sure.
Yeah.
And
Did
like
you didn't tell them the only shitty part though.
oh, it's on Peacock TV or something like that. Yeah.
Fuck.
Um,
Fucking
so
fucking
I'll be
CBC.
subscribing to that probably. I'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it'll probably be worth it, but like I'm
Yeah,
just like, why couldn't you do
Netflix or
what
something.
Netflix or something?
Yeah,
What?
because I feel like like at the end of the day, Peacock, that's a TV. Is that TV or is it online? Peacock.
I don't even know. Is
Because like
P
when I see stuff like that, when it's attached to like CBC, it's attached to CBC, right?
I think so. What? Peacock? I'm looking it up right now, and uh, it says Peacock is not available in Canada.
No way.
However, you can watch it by using a premium VPN. Yeah, no thanks, bitch. I'm not gonna get a fucking virtual private network just to watch one show. I mean, unless they're sponsoring this
Gosh.
podcast, and then I would get ExpressVPN or NordVPN.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Call
oh man,
us.
that's yeah. I'm curious about
Okay,
that.
but it says, is Peacock TV coming to Canada? It says, without these rights, these video on demand services can't provide their services. But it's it.
So right
Okay,
there,
okay, well,
like
what the fuck is Peacock TV then? I thought it was CBC.
Comcast.
I thought
Owner's
Peacock
Comcast.
was. It is. I thought it was fucking CBC.
Looking parent company or parent stuff. NBCU Universal Direct Consumer.
Oh.
NBCU Universal.
Oh, fuck me. I'm stupid. I'm stupid as shit. Yeah,
What?
it's not because yeah, Peacock is the logo of NBC, not CBC.
Yeah,
CBC is the fucking Canadian Broadcast Council.
yeah. I was
NBC
gonna say
and NBC
that'd
is
be ironic if we can't watch that.
yeah,
On the Canadian network.
well, that's why I was pissed off. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
But yeah, NBC's the one with the fucking Peacock logo because you know what's on NBC or what started on NBC was fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
yeah.
which
But
was
you
an
know what
awesome show.
confuses me though is
Why wouldn't that be available? Why wouldn't NBC be available in Canada?
all that. But I was just gonna say I feel like you're more restricted. Like networks like that, wouldn't they be more restricted than like something like Netflix?
Well, that's what I would think so.
Like
Well,
I'd rather like
look what we just said. We can't even get it in Canada.
yeah. So you've cut half of your consumers from being able to watch it unless
Yeah,
they
in
get a
North
VPN
America.
yeah, North America. But yeah, you need like a VPN for us. But also at the same time too, like it makes me wonder if they're like, yeah, okay, you can't do this, this, and this in your show. And I feel like a series like MacGruber, you need to have like an open table, like an open, like a blank page where you can do anything. Like MacGruber's whole fucking crazy,
Yeah.
you know, it's a crazy thing. Like what they could do with it. So limiting it can be kind of sad, in
Well,
a way, but like what we've seen so far from this 5 minute clip, it seems like they're
yeah.
getting away with a lot of shit that I feel like normal TV shows you can't get away
Oh
with.
my god. I just looked up something that's scaring me.
What's that?
Because I'm looking at MacGruber, the 2010, like the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got 5.6 out of 10 on IMDb
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
I heard,
48% Rotten Tomatoes, 61%. Google's still high, 72% liked it, but that's crazy, man. And you know what I think part of that is, though? I think that's modern day cancel culture. Because I think it's because that film would be considered highly offensive.
yeah,
Like, like,
exactly.
like, and I think that's what it comes down to. I think that's why it didn't get released, or like I think that's why it's on Peacock. Is what I'm trying to say, because I think it's too dicey for Netflix and stuff like that. They're probably like, you mean the one where you shoved the celery up your ass and you like, yeah, he did a bunch of crazy shit in the movie and stuff. So
Yeah,
I think it's too offensive for them
it
because
probably is. Like apparently it only made 8.5 million in the USA.
the movie
Yeah,
that makes me so sad.
I know.
It's so sad because like the fact that like I don't even find like SNL that funny, but like
Yeah.
MacGruber's fucking hilarious.
Oh
Like
yeah.
like like Will Forte nailed that, and then it became a movie, and he nailed it even harder.
Yeah,
Like it,
gross revenue Now I don't know if this is worldwide or not, but
Yeah.
uh, it was 9.3 million.
What the fuck?
But here's the
What was
crazy
the
thing:
budget? What was the budget?
10 million.
So it didn't make budget.
Yeah, it just barely. Yeah,
Just
it was
barely didn't.
700,000 less. Yeah,
Dude, that's so fucked because like I love that movie.
yeah,
I
I know.
think I think we're just gonna have to end the podcast and just say just accept the fact that we just have shit taste in movies.
Maybe, maybe. But I
We're
guess
gonna
maybe we're just more open minded. I guess.
it could be.
You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, for me, a movie experience for me, like there's people that want like intelligent answers. They don't want plot holes and stuff like that. And I get it. If
Yeah.
the plot holes are big enough, then yeah, I kind of like what the fuck. But I'm there. My experience at the movie theater is there to escape the things that are happening outside the movie theater. You know what I
The
mean? Or
carnival virus.
yeah, yeah, the fucking
Yeah, well,
yeah,
you're there to have a good time. What
yeah.
when I watch a movie, I'm there to be entertained.
Mhm.
Did the movie entertain me? Yeah, that's okay, good. That's what it's doing, you
Yeah.
know? And
Yep.
like there's certain levels, right? There's certain like a movie like a movie like Resident Evil, you can't tie it to like realism. A movie like MacGruber, you can't tie it to realism because it's a fucking goofy ass movie.
It's a
And then
satire, slapstick comedy.
exactly. And well, we already talked at length, not on the podcast, but we're going to do that right now about the death of slapstick comedy.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened?
I
Because
don't know.
I honestly, I love slapstick. I
Yeah.
just love it. And again, maybe I just have shit taste, or maybe I'm just an old man at this point. But like, I love like I love shit like classic Mr. Bean, classic like Three Stooges,
Uh-huh.
MacGruber, uh, what's the other slapstick shit that's the
Scary.
Naked Fucking Gun.
Oh yeah, Naked
The
Gun.
The
The
Naked Gun is so good.
yeah,
Scary
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Oh,
Airplane.
yeah, oh god. Airplane. Surely
Yeah.
it can't be serious. I am serious, and don't call
Don't
me
call me
Shirley.
Shirley. Yeah. Very
Best
good.
dude. The best dude with Airplane was when remember he's talking shit on the plane. He's telling that girl his life story, and then the old lady's just fucking. It zooms out. She hung herself,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my god, it's
and
just
then at a different scene, or it might have been in the sequel. I can't remember. He's talking, and the one guy's pouring gasoline on himself, and he's gonna commit suicide.
oh yeah, yeah. Then
And
the
he
guy
has
gets
the
up and then he yeah stops.
yeah, and like shit, like it's like the lady that's like it's like calm down, and they're trying to calm her down. They're slapping the shit out of her, and there's a long lineup of
Row,
people to beat
yeah,
the shit.
row.
And the one guy's like got brass knuckles,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like shit, like like I don't think you could even do a movie like that these days, where
yeah,
like somebody slaps a woman, right? They'd
yeah,
be like, "Did you just slap a woman?
yeah.
Oh my god, nobody
Well, like,
slaps
yeah,
women."
just going back again, like,
Piece of
uh,
shit.
with Resident Evil, you know,
Misogynist.
I like, I went and watched that movie for an experience, but I was really curious going into it because of the reviews and stuff. So I wanted to also, like, again, keep open minded, watch as an experience, but at the same time, too, kind of break down the movie and see what the people are complaining about, why they're angry and stuff. And it just, again, maybe I'm seeing more of the side of the director and screenwriter. Like, I think I have a better understanding, and
Yeah,
like, and people are not putting that into consideration. Like this guy, he went out to make a Resident Evil movie that followed the games closer than fucking what Anderson did. And like,
yeah,
I saw the Easter eggs, like I saw the attention to detail.
yeah,
Sorry guys, it's an hour and 7 minutes long, but maybe that, like, that's not his. Like, there's a point where like he, there's backers. If
Yeah.
everything has backers, and you unfortunately, the reality of it is, if you want something, well, you kind of have to be someone's bitch.
It was a
And
yeah, it was a labor of love. You could
yeah,
tell.
you have multiple things happening. You got a pandemic happening, which is fucking things up as it is when it comes to like
To what? Oh, did I lose you? Oh, I think his headset battery died. I'm betting any money that his headset battery died, or
oh,
his mom came over and spanking his ass.
what
What?
what?
Oh, I couldn't hear you there for a second.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It said he was picking it up on the on Discord.
Oh, okay.
That was weird. That was weird. Oh, so anyways, I was just I was just saying that it,
Oh shit! Was it picking that up?
the yeah the it just that movie I felt like would be different if there wasn't a pandemic happening.
Yeah. Well, of course. Like you get better resources and like
Yeah.
I can't remember who was talking about it, if it's Joe Rogan or one of those guys. It's one of those podcasts I listen to, but they were talking about how like movies are like so much more expensive to make during COVID
Yeah.
because of the extra costs.
And that's another thing I was thinking of too. So I'm still trying to figure out what the budget is for this movie. From my understanding, it's 25 million. But you look up Google, and Google says 40 million. So, but yeah, again, I think it's 25 million myself, because as Sony's point of view, all right, no one's going to the theaters hardly any. Like when we went to the theaters, there's hardly anyone there, and there
There's
really
like
isn't.
yeah, there's like 12
So,
people there.
right? So not that many people are going to the theaters because they're scared to go to the theaters, or restrictions of stuff that are preventing people to go to the theaters. So you're not getting as many people. So I can see why Sony's like, listen, this is what we're giving you. We're giving you $25 million budget. We're giving you 107 minutes. We're giving you blah 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 blah. The 25 million, I feel like, is will make 25 million work because we feel like the box off. Like again, I guess
Yeah.
the other thing too is, in Sony's view of things, when remakes happen, usually it's a movie that's been out for 20 years, 30 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This movie, it's just been rebooted, and the last Resident Evil movie was back in 2016. So I can kind of see where in a executive person that has absolutely no idea on
Yeah.
Resident Evil going,
The T virus brought me back.
yeah, and they're probably going, well, fuck, we just made a series of Resident Evils the last fucking 10 years or plus,
Yeah.
and it's only been 4 years, and you guys want to reboot the whole series? Like, okay, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, but we already got live action. We already got a real life Resident Evil going on with Dr. Fauci as William Birkin. No, we're not working on any coronavirus or anything like that. It's specifically the progenitor virus. It's leaked out of the Wuhan lab. No, we are not getting anybody on the Nemesis program. Absolute rubbish.
Yeah, yeah.
Rand Paul is a liar. But they had
Oh,
I'm reading, so there's an article here in the Los Angeles Times, and it says what I was saying before, which is experts and executives estimate that enhanced cleaning and staffing for the carnivore virus prevention could add more than $1 million to a typical movie budget. On top of
wow.
that, staggered shifts for the crew, meant to minimize the number of people on set at a time, could stretch what oh fuck off. I don't want your newsletter, bitch. What would normally be an 8-week shoot schedule could stretch it up to about 10 weeks. That would
Oh, wow.
significantly increase expenses for major films, which could cost up to $400,000 a day to make.
Wow.
That's fucking crazy.
That's nuts.
So on something like Resident Evil, out of that 25 million, yeah, it was probably $1 million.
Hmm.
And on things like Avengers, like AAA, the Disney, the Marvel movies, yeah, it
Yeah.
would be that million plus, yeah, $400,000 a day.
Jesus, that's
That's
rough.
that's fucking rough, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
if you guys are interested in more Resident Evil, check out our 50-minute review we did 40 minutes ago.
yeah, yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
Sorry about
the reality, like like we have a few more subjects to talk about, but I get like the thing with I could literally keep talking Resident Evil, honestly. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
but part of it is because of being a diehard fan of it, but
Oh,
um,
no, and I definitely do. I don't think anybody minds because it's an awesome series, and it's awesome. I like hearing people that are passionate about things talk about things,
mhm,
you know?
yeah,
And it's great, I think, for me and others to see somebody who's a real fan that actually liked this fucking movie.
yeah,
Like it's and I just I think it comes down to, like, yeah, a lot of gamer audiences are spoiled, you know?
spoiled and like it's just like I don't. It's like they don't know what they want.
Yeah. Well, and like I said
It's
before,
like they don't know what they
I think
want, but then they get mad at when something comes out. Like in reality, like the loud noises of people complaining about the Anderson movies were like, it's not like the Resident Evil games, and
yeah.
then they make a movie that follows more closer to the Resident Evil games. It's
Yeah.
not like the Resident Evil games, or whatever
Yeah.
you want to make
The
up.
the
Oh,
characters are off. The
yeah,
characters are off.
yeah, it's one
It
thing. Like again, like I am so happy that they made this movie, and I'm so happy that this guy has passion for this. Seems like, and wanting to
Yep.
continue and all this. But like at the same time too, I just want to praise that guy for like good on you for taking on video game series, a video game movie, and taking on a series like this that there's
Right.
a lot of passionate fans out there, but unfortunately there's a lot of fucking people that are just very angry people. Or something, I
Yeah.
don't know. But yeah, I just good on him, good on him, and good on the actors of what they did with this movie and the script that they were given, and they got what he made with the limited time he had and the budget and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy. But again, I want more. I'm addicted and I want fucking more. I want a sequel.
Yeah. Wanna shoot that Resident Evil into my fucking arm, bitch.
Yeah, like a drug.
That
Yeah.
that's Johannes Roberts. He was the director.
Director and writer.
Yeah. Looks like he had a fucking terrifying movie called Dark Hunters. Fuck,
Yeah. Well,
I
that's
want
one thing.
I wanna
Like,
see that movie.
I the one thing a lot of people say is a lot of people don't really know much of his work.
Well, it doesn't look like he's done much. If you look up his IMDb, there's only 4 fucking movies on there,
Yeah.
and one of them was in 2004, Dark Hunters, and then 2017, 47 Meters Down, and then in 2019, there was 47 Meters Down Uncaged, which were both shark movies.
Okay.
So, he's only done 4 movies, but this one was good. I don't know.
Yeah.
That Dark Hunters looks interesting. It looks low budget, but
Hmm.
it was 2004, and he's a rookie. It's obvious that's his first movie, obviously. So
Yeah.
probably not going to be the greatest, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out. I thought he did a great job. So
Hmm. Yeah.
if you're interested, check out our 50-minute review
Yeah.
where we basically suck its dick, and we that's our counterculture to all the reviewers out there. Fuck you. We're right. You're wrong. Suck a pickle dick.
Uh,
I'm gonna sit in there like Uncle Joe and go, Joe Rogan, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh god.
Hey, I know you like that meme I sent you today where it was like, hey, Doc Cock.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh
Doc
man, that was
Cock.
great.
I'm Uncle Joe, you motherfucker.
So good. So
Made me
good.
laugh so hard. But yeah, I don't know. Before we wrap up here, because we've been going for hour and just over hour 15. Uh yeah, I was gonna briefly touch on because obviously that Kyle Rittenhouse case happened.
Mhm.
The other stuff we had, we could save for next week.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I think, but the Kyle thing, it's kind of happening right now. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to kind of put my 2 cents out there because everybody asked,
Yeah.
and it won't be too long. But no, I just wanted to say because and for full transparency, I want to say that I never followed this case that closely. I just I heard about it when it happened in the news. When did it happen? 2020, I think. Was it?
Man,
Kyle?
I'll be honest with you, I couldn't.
What the
I
fuck
could.
kind of partner are you?
I know, right?
I'm sure
I
if
know.
Kyle Rittenhouse was a Resident Evil fan, you'd fucking know
I
it.
I probably would, yeah.
You'd be like, I know he liked number 2. Uh,
August?
I can't look.
Looks like August 25th,
Yeah, August.
2020.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Yeah, August 25th. Oh, yeah, okay. So last year, whatever. So I heard about it, right?
Mhm.
And but other than that, that's as far as I went. But this is showing how the media deceives people. It really does. Because I didn't follow this story at all, but I had a narrative in my head of what happened. It was this privileged kid, white kid, right? And he came across state lines with a gun
Mhm.
and he shot at black protesters for Black Lives Matter. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that's fucked up,
Yeah.
piece of shit. But in the last few days, I listen to a lot of podcasts because I drive a lot for my job. So I listen to a lot of podcasts and I've been hearing people following the trial and what's actually happening and they're talking about it. And it turns out like I learned a lot of shit about it that I did not know. And starting in order of what I said there, first of all, crossing state lines with a gun, he didn't. He did not do that. And number two, because when he got there on the scene, he was given a rifle. I think by a police officer. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what somebody said. It was from an actual police officer that gave him the rifle, which he was totally legal to have. It was legal for him to have that weapon, and so that was a lie, and that was spun in the media that they spread around like wildfire.
Mhm.
And then the other one was that he came there for no reason, like he came there to start shit. And that again, that's not true. He had family in Kenosha, and he was there to protect the stores and stuff from violent protesters.
Okay.
So he was not there for no reason, and he had family in that area. And so, he wasn't just there to start shit. And then the other one, and this is the fucking biggest deception that everybody said, and I literally had this in my head because of just what I saw on Facebook, random posts,
Yeah.
Instagram, shit like that, was that he shot black people. And he
I know.
absolutely fucking didn't.
I saw the yeah, there's like a picture on Facebook of like an article. It shows him like clickbait, right? It just shows a picture of
Yeah.
him and then a picture of a black guy, African American gentleman.
Yeah.
I don't know like what that picture had to do with it, but related to the three people,
I
that guy
know.
was.
And the reality of the situation is that he fucking shot and killed a pedophile, a known child rapist, so he's doing God's work.
Yeah, legit.
I mean, for
Yeah,
real. Like, you want
seriously.
to talk about the biggest piece of shit in the world? Talk about a
Mhm.
child molester. You
Yep.
touch kids? No, that's fucked. That's to me, that is the lowest of the low. That's the most fucked up thing you can do in the
Yep.
world.
I agree.
Unforgivable. Absolutely unforgivable. Irredeemable. Throw him to the hounds, throw him to the Cerberus. But yeah, anyway, so
Yeah.
that so he's doing God's work on that one. He killed that guy, and then the other guy, I don't know. It was another guy that was being, he's being fucked up and violent, and he was also another. They were all white guys that he shot. Is what I'm trying to get at. There's
Yep.
no fucking black person that he, and they were all like pieces of shit that were actually just there to cause trouble, and
Yep.
they also crossed state lines. But they didn't cross state lines to protect stores or anything like that. They crossed state lines to cause shit.
I know.
And the one guy, the gentleman that didn't die, he drew a gun on him. And then the pedophile, I think it was the pedophile guy, it was one of the guys that died, were beating the shit out of Kyle with a skateboard.
Yep.
And then he got shot. And like people said in the testimony and stuff, it's like it goes down to the classic rule of the Wild Wild West: be quick or be dead.
Yep.
What are you gonna do? Let the guy fucking beat the shit out of you with a skateboard and then steal your fucking gun and kill you? Or are you just gonna fucking say, "Oh, sorry, judgment call, you're dying here"?
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. It was totally self-defense. And then there's all this bullshit going around the media too, talking about these videos from a drone, and it's clearly CGI. And the people on CNN and stuff like that did not once say it was like an AI CGI. I don't know what the recreation. It
Hmm.
was basically like, how the Samsung Galaxy does that with the moon. You know how you can zoom in with the camera on the new one and you can
Okay.
see the moon.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, you're not actually seeing the moon. What it is you're zooming in on the moon. And it's actually trickery. There's actually AI in the camera. And what the AI does is it maps out pictures of the moon from Google Images, like from stock photos essentially of the moon, and
Yep.
it creates an AI rendering of what the moon would look like. So
Fuck.
that's essentially, from my understanding anyway. I could be totally wrong. You know, don't take my words as gospel here, but that's what they were saying is they had this aerial footage from a drone, but it was actually recreated footage from like kind of AI type shit or CGI. But it's like it's just, at the end of the day, it's total bullshit. And I just wanted to bring that up. I'm still not really invested in that story. I'm just like, there's so much shit going on every day. You can't keep up with it all. But I figured it is a big enough, hot button topic that I just wanted to weigh in. And the biggest thing for me was I just wanted to say how I was deceived on that whole story. I had a fucking whole picture in my head, and that just goes to show you how many people are, you know, when people aren't paying attention, the narratives
Mhm.
work, right? But the
Yeah.
thing about me is that it doesn't really matter that the narrative worked because I don't post anything about it anyway. I just hear that, I'm like, oh, he's a piece of shit. Whatever, go on with my day. But the
I know.
problem is, there's people on Facebook and shit that aren't paying attention,
Yeah.
and then they hear that shit, they fall for it, but then they got to write a fucking novel about it on social media.
Yeah.
And now, like I was telling you last night when we were driving around, I was saying, like, I feel sorry for that kid. Honestly, his life is going to be ruined.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
never
People
gonna.
people are still trying to find ways to ruin this kid's life, and
Yeah,
already how things are. If that guy will not,
yeah.
it'll take a while. Maybe one day things will kind of smoothen out for him. But like in reality,
It'll take a
for
long time,
for a long time, yeah.
but and like I said, the bottom line for me is just like, you can't. That's pretty serious shit. Like, you're talking about somebody's livelihood. Like, he would
Yeah.
have gone away forever.
Yeah.
They almost ended his fucking life, essentially.
Mhm.
And it's all based on misinformation. Thank God the people that did the trial were paying attention.
Yeah.
And again, I have my own thoughts on the whole situation. Like, realistically, should a 17-year-old be walking around with a gun? Uh no, I don't think
No.
so.
No.
I think no. That's a little, should he be able to own a gun? Sure. Yeah. Go hunting with your gun. You know, I
Mhm.
think people should have guns. I mean, we're in Canada, right? But I'm very pro for the Second Amendment in the States, like the right to bear arms. That I think that's huge. I think Canada should have that
Mhm.
because if somebody breaks in your house, you should be able to defend yourself. But
Yeah. No,
but
I agree with you on that. Like, uh,
but I
it
don't think a
bugs me
guy
how.
should be walking down, Fifth Avenue, New York with an AK-47. No, I don't think so.
Mhm.
So, and again, we can get into the fucking nitty gritty of that, and whether he was right or wrong to carry the gun, but whatever. I don't 100% agree with that, but based on everything that happened and what went down, I don't think he deserves to go to jail.
No.
I just don't. I I think the jury made the right call, and I think it was self defense, and just
It
like
just like again, like I haven't really been watching this. It's just like there's all these narratives, right? At the end of the day, for him,
right.
what I gather is he's there to protect, right? And um, he isn't there to fucking just randomly start shooting people. You know what I mean? Like
No,
he's doing it to protect. And these three individuals were there to do, like, example, like the guy fucking hitting him with a skateboard.
yeah, they actively went after him. They
Yeah, they acted.
actively,
That's like, to me, like, no, maybe this is a little extreme, but maybe it's just the idea in my mind that if some guy actively wants to come to my house and break into my house and cause shit in my house on my property, um, he needs to double think stuff. He he clearly should have understood the circumstances that what would happen with like, I'm going this direction.
yeah,
What are the consequences of me uh going with this current direction? Me breaking into a house. What could potentially happen to me? Hmm. Oh, a guy could potentially have a weapon to harm me or potentially kill me. At this point, now am I going, hmm, is my life more precious than the objects that I don't even know what are in this house?
yeah.
Is it less valued than the objects in that house? Well, it must be. You must not value your fucking life if you're going to go and do stuff like that. And I don't care. I don't give, listen, people, like, I don't care if you think, oh, well, they're not thinking they're going to die. No, no one really, like,
You're rushing a guy with a rifle.
you're rushing a guy with a rifle, or the fact that you break into a person's house, you know that that consequence is potentially there.
Oh yeah,
You have accepted the fact that one of these possible paths that you go on potentially could get yourself killed. And at that point, you're valuing an object of someone else's, a property of someone else's, over your own life. And at that point, you are like, the guy who shoots you, he's doing the right thing.
yeah.
He's defending his shit, the stuff that he worked hard for. Okay, there's insurance and stuff. It's still the matter of the fact. These people, if that's the case, then everyone's just going to break into fucking people's houses and steal shit. You know what I
I
mean?
hate, dude. I hate that argument. People always say that. They said that with the George Floyd riots. They said that with like the fucking Trump riots and all that shit back in the day.
Hmm.
The fuck, who is that kid that got gunned down by the police officer? Trayvon Martin. Um, the Trayvon Martin riots. They always said that. They're like, just let them pillage and loot and get out of your system. That's what insurance is for. It's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Because have you ever done an insurance claim, Ryan?
Oh, I have.
You,
I tried.
yeah, you know what's involved in that? It's not as simple as like, yeah, this bill. I had, I had $2 million worth of merchandise in here.
Yeah.
Okay, prove it.
Yeah.
You know, do you think insurance companies are just like, yeah, we believe you. That's what we're here for, buddy. We got your
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah.
No, insurance companies are not going to cover you like that.
Mhm.
They need proof, and you need to like. It's a lot of work. What that's
You
what I'm
know,
saying.
and
It's a
you
lot of
know,
work.
it's a lot of work. And the other thing too, I'll point out is a lot of people that say this stuff about the insurance and stuff. A lot of them haven't experienced getting robbed by someone or someone breaking into their home or something like
Okay.
that. I have. I've literally had
Yeah,
someone break
I
into
forgot
my
about that. You have,
yeah.
yeah.
I have had someone break into my home, and the feeling that you get, like
It's gross.
the paranoia to like it took me so long to get over it, and like it just didn't feel like home. Like I was uncomfortable in my own home because I'm wondering when are they going to hit next?
Yeah.
When are
I
they going to hit next? And like I at the same time too, I had so much anger. I wanted to find that individual and just like I didn't care.
yeah,
Like
I
it's
know.
that I put myself in the same mindset, I guess, as a in a certain sense as a criminal. I didn't like I'd rather like I don't even know how to put it. I just the
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of
You
lost
had
words, but
aggression
I had
because you knew
aggression.
who it was.
Yeah,
We knew who it was.
yeah,
We know who did it.
yeah,
He's a bit of a infamous celebrity around here,
yeah.
or he
Where we're
was at the
from,
time,
where we're
right?
from, but besides the point, anyways, it's this the unless you, I feel like that's such a touchy subject to talk about
Yeah,
for
it
people that
is.
haven't experienced getting broken into and like these possessions that you worked hard for. But it's like it's almost beyond that. It's that it's it's okay. This is kind of a dumb analogy, but here's the thing. We're gonna just for a split second, everyone just kind of go with me here. The Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil games, there's this room. It's called a safe room. Nothing bad can enter that safe room. You know when you enter that room, you are safe. Resident Evil 2 remake, I could have Mr. X chasing me, and I'm terrified. But once I get into that safe room, I know he can't get in it. He can't get into it. I'm perfectly fine. I'm content in that room. I feel safe, and that's what the safe room is. And
Yep.
everyone, in theory, when you walk into your home, that's your safe room, your house, your property. That's your safe spot. And when someone like a fucking burglar, which we're gonna call Mr. X, actually gets into your place, it just doesn't feel like a safe room anymore. Or it takes
No,
fucking forever for it to become a safe room again. And so
and then you're
that's why,
paranoid.
yeah. So and you know what? If if I was playing that game and for some reason Mr. X walked into the safe room, what is my first thing? Well, I'm gonna fucking shoot him. Well, I know it's a game, but it's still that thing. It's just like, listen, if
Oh
a
yeah.
burglar is going to come into a place, and again, like I said earlier, that burglar has made those decisions that the valuables in that place are worth more than his own life because he's willing to take that risk. And if you're willing to take that risk, you have to deal. You have to be ready for the consequences. And if
Oh,
that
100.
death is one of them, hey man, that's you
That's what happened.
you decided to take that leap.
I
That's on
I
you.
go I go by the rule of the Imperial Guards from Oblivion. Should have paid the fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's and that's that and that's what and like no joke because we don't have the right to bear arms. You can buy a gun in Canada for hunting purposes, and that's about it. But we don't have any kind of like trespassing laws like that. Like I think maybe on a farm, that's about it. But like in urban areas, we don't have anything like that. Technically, like there's literally some fucking ridiculous laws. Like if a criminal like if he's robbing me and he slips on a fucking banana peel for comic relief, and he lands on like my glass coffee table. If he cuts himself open, he's bleeding profusely. I'm pretty sure I'm liable for that. I'm pretty sure the homeowner is liable for that guy's injuries, even though he was trespassing. That's how fucked Canada is. It's like I'm gonna tell a quick story here before we wrap, but
Yep.
it's just a fucking ridiculous story that popped in my head. But there was and most people aren't gonna believe it, but
Yeah.
but it's another
Okay.
ridiculous story. So there's a bunch of teenagers. You might have heard this one, I don't know. But there's a bunch of teenagers. I can't remember if this is Canada or America, but I think it was Canada. But there was this cabin anyway, and they broke into this cabin. Nobody was at the cabin at the time. It was, it wasn't abandoned, but they weren't camping at the time.
Yep.
So, it was just locked up, whatever. So all these teenagers, they wanted to fucking party. So they busted into this thing, and they were in there and they were doing drugs and drinking and carrying on. And they needed mix for their booze. I mean, we don't necessarily know this, but we can assume this is how it happened because of
Yep.
what happened. But they needed mix for their booze, and they looked in the cabin for it, and they found this bottle in a fucking closet, a bottle of 7-Up. And now the bottle had it was not 7-Up. It was antifreeze.
Oh,
So
fuck.
but it kind of looks similar to 7-Up if you're drunk, and it's in that kind of green bottle, right? So it's hard to tell,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
fucked up, right? They're drunk. So they use this 7-Up as mix, but it's antifreeze. They get poisoned. They all die. Like 4 of them die. These teenagers, right?
Oh.
They poison themselves essentially by using this as mix.
Yeah.
And the fucking cabin owner got 4 counts of manslaughter and went to jail.
Holy fuck. Oh my god.
4 counts of manslaughter because he did not properly label that 7-Up bottle. He was supposed it's legal. You can put shit like that in a bottle because he just used it as a receptacle, right? Obviously his container was leaking, but you have to, I guess you legally have to say, you have to write in marker or whatever. You have to tear the label off, and then you have to write in marker or whatever, antifreeze, oil, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was his job, to write that on there. So these fucking asshole kids that broke into his cabin, his property while he was in there, and they drank his fucking 7-Up. That was really, I think it was antifreeze. It might have been coolant, but it was one of those
Jesus.
things. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So kids, if you've taken away anything from this episode, if you're here this far, it means you got through our 50-minute review of Resident
Yeah.
Evil.
Yeah.
You've learned that Ryan really likes Resident Evil, and so do I. But I think you're a little bit, you know a little bit more about the lore than I do.
Yeah.
I'm just the guy that played all the games and went, cool. Titties go
Yeah.
bounce. Which I will say, as a Resident Evil fan, I was not impressed with Resident Evil 3 remake with Jill's costume. I wanted the original skirt, but hey, that's just me. Which I think they added as DLC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will say that, but it just did. There's something about that wasn't as sexy as the original, but it's fine. Anyway, so yeah, I guess we'll wrap, unless you got any closing remarks.
Look,
Man, that was crazy. We got going there. That was like,
I know.
That was like, at first I was like, oh fuck, we're a little awkward, we're a little stumbling, but then it just it picked up. So like,
yeah,
if we're a little awkward, we're new to this, all right?
Yeah,
we're new to this,
I guess closing comment would be go see Resident Evil the movie. Go watch it.
Yeah, go see it and
go see it in open-minded. Don't like again. My review is going to be different than everyone else's, and I know there's a lot of bad reviews out there, but go in there open-minded. Just just go. Don't take people's reviews. Like even that kind of goes for me as well. You don't have to go for my review.
Formulate your own opinion.
Yeah, and and another thing I'll put at here, a lot of these reviews too, like when we, I kind of had my mindset. We all enjoyed it when we were watching the movie and stuff,
Yep.
and I had my thoughts of what I thought of this Resident Evil movie, and I didn't like my opinion is not manipulated by any of my friends. I enjoyed my movie and I said, "What did you think of the movie?" Everyone said their own remark, and at the end of the day, everyone enjoyed their movie. I feel like some of the reviews that I watched, it almost seemed like people were their their viewpoints and their review of the movie was almost manipulated based on other their friends around them.
Right.
Like it just like there's this one review, won't say, but if you end up watching the reviews, maybe you'll catch it. But there's three of them, and the one guy fucking hates it. The second guy hates it pretty well, and then the third guy, the main guy, it seemed like he wanted to give it a decent score, but like it just almost like I just like I felt I felt like there's like this
I
body
felt
language.
pressured.
Yeah, like I felt like this body language of him like almost cowering because it's like he felt like he
You're
was
gonna
had
gonna give us a shitty review? I'm gonna fucking kill you.
yeah,
Piece of
yeah,
shit.
yeah. It's like there were like eyes on the back of his head, and he was just like, "Oh, I got to give it this." But it's just it felt like he did it because his buddies were like, "This is a horrible movie. You need to give it a horrible review too." And it bugs me, and it's just like I wanted to comment, but again, it's the idea that I'm just how the fuck is it? A pile of leaves, and I'm just a leaf in the pile. Like I'm just of what the fuck? White noise. Like if I go, hey man, I think you should really review it yourself and not with these fucking other two. That's not going to go anywhere. I feel like, but that's my view. Maybe
No,
it
he's
might be
gonna
the
look
case.
right at you. He's gonna go, "Thank
Yeah,
you, Ryan."
yeah. He's going to look at 3,000 comments and he's going to go, yeah, that fucking guy there, he's right. I need to review this
Yeah.
fucking thing. No, it's not. But
No,
you know what
that's
I
what's
mean,
gonna
though.
no, that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna look at your comment. He's gonna be like, "I'm gonna do that," and then I'm gonna go watch his podcast, and I'm gonna watch his 50-minute review of it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and then I'm gonna change my review.
yeah.
That's what he's gonna do.
That's what he's gonna do. Yeah, yeah. I watched his 50-minute review, and I gotta say, this movie was incredible. Oh fuck.
Fucking incredible. But
Yeah,
yeah, I guess that's closing, hey?
yeah,
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you guys stayed to the end and hopefully we get better at this.
yeah,
I know we will. It's just
yeah.
you just gotta get in the groove and
Hmm.
shake off the rust. So I
Yeah,
promise we'll get better. Save those Spotify reviews for couple weeks down the road when we got our bearings straight. So
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, thanks
And
so much. Yeah, check us out on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. It'll be pretty much everywhere that Anchor distributes it to. So
mhm. And
fun.
I was gonna say, is there anything else that people can find us on?
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys should follow the Instagram page, not rich, just bored. Um, follow the Twitter account, not rich, stop, just bored. Like they're all the same. They're all at not rich, just bored. Same with
Hmm.
Instagram and yeah, Instagram, Twitter, and then the YouTube channel where the video podcast will be. Hopefully one day we'll get like a studio or something, or we'll get actual face cam deals.
Hmm.
That'd be really cool. But for now, I haven't decided how I want to do the video format. It might
Yeah,
just be a black screen with the logo for now, or it might be like I don't know. I might add some waves in there, or I might add some. I might even add some like of our Twitch streams, just as
yeah,
random video in
yeah,
the background. I think that'd be kind of neat too. So,
yeah.
and that's one idea I actually had for the video podcast was to add our gameplay and stuff. I think that'd be kind of neat. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
check us out. Check us out on social media, and there'll be links in the podcast description, all that stuff. So you don't have to remember the shit I said.
Right on.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Take her
All
easy,
right, guys. Peace out.
And we're done. So I'll just hit leave.
Nice.